Galileo! 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 Bohemian Rhapsody is directed by Bryan Singer and stars Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury, the lead singer and the most charismatic man in the world of one of my favourite rock bands, Queen. And this story goes from the very start of the band's life, from Smile, all the way up to their legendary performance at Live Aid. Now, this movie had a tough start getting going, with Sacha Baron Cohen leaving 2 years into, confirming that he was going to be Freddie Mercury, to Bryan Singer being fired from the movie, getting replaced by Dexter Fletcher. With all of this stuff going on and all the tumultuous things that went with this movie, did it work? Of course it fucking did! I am a huge Queen fan, and so is my partner. They are part of the UK zeitgeist. They are essential listening for anyone who is English. Anyone in the world knows who Queen are. They are the biggest stadium rock band in the world. There is no one that beats them. They are vast. So I was not surprised that the movie theatre I went to last night was fucking rammed. I wasn't surprised at all. Queen are gonna sell. It's just what's gonna happen. So I wasn't surprised that this movie was so good. Okay, let's cut the bullshit here. Let's get straight to it. Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury, the guy from Mr. Robot. Was he good? Not only was Rami Malek good, he was fucking bang on. Every skip, every jump, every AO that he ever did on stage, every fist pump was a bang on to Freddie. The charismatic things that he did, and all of the slight, even the drawing back against his overbite and all that kind of thing, was perfect. I've never seen such an visually accurate representation of one of these biopic things in my life. It was fucking amazing, and I'm gonna have to shut down some haters here. I've seen some reviews saying, oh, he's just lip syncing Freddie's greatest hits, it's not actually him, he's just prancing around on the stage. I read that on a review the other day, to which my reply would be, so fucking what? You want this guy who's never done like a huge singing role in his life to try and sing like Freddie fucking Mercury? Of course he's fucking not, you idiot. Why would I want a shitty representation of Freddie's voice? When I just fucking hear Freddie's voice from someone who looks exactly like him. Grow the fuck up, honestly. That review annoyed me so much. When I went to the movie, I was like, why is that a big fucking deal? Honestly, that is not going to make any difference whatsoever. You've got Freddie's voice on a guy who looks just like him in a biopic about Freddie Mercury. I'd say it's a pretty done deal. What's the point? For me, he got exactly what he needed to get down. He got Freddie's charisma and his stage presence down. The voice is sort of an afterthought, because you're never going to get Freddie's voice again. There's one Freddie. That review was just stupid, and if you can listen to my review, just know that he gets it bang on, and you're going to hear a great voice, because it's the man himself. So who cares? When it also comes to visual and musical accurate representation, I have to give it to the actors who played John Deacon, Brian May and Roger Taylor. They all play their instruments exactly like the guys who look a lot like them. How they managed to find such awesome doppelgangers of, Queen from the 80s, the 70s, 80s and 90s is just amazing. They all played so well. They did what they needed to do. Honestly, I cannot fault any of the performances here of any real life person. They were all absolutely perfect at their role and did it so well. When it comes to the story, I've seen people on reviews say, oh, they don't concentrate on Freddie's homosexuality. They don't concentrate on all of that. They just concentrate on his wife Mary that he had in the 70s. To which I would also say, that's bullshit. Yes, they concentrate on Freddie's relationship with his ex-wife Mary. But at the same time, it's famously known that Freddie was friends with his ex-wife until the day he died. So I can kind of see why she was there through the integral parts of his life and was always there for him. It's kind of you know, widely publicised that she fucking was. And, you know, they also got the main things again right about him. They got the cocaine parties right. They got all this lavish shit, all these huge parties that he was famous for having, by the way. So all these reviews are also wrong again. You know, they seem to just think, oh, it's his sexuality that they've got to concentrate on. They do, heavily, which they have to do. Of course they do. But at the same time, they've got everything else right. So I don't see where some of these reviews are coming from, and let's also not detract from the fact that if you look on the credits at the start of this movie, executive produced by Roger Taylor and Brian May, you really think they're going to fuck up things that they were there for? No, this movie has to be bang on because the guys who lived it are still alive. Ooh. This movie does have a strange pace at the start though. From the days of Smile and when they wrote their first album, it just seems to sort of scoot past it like a fart in the breeze, with montages of them playing and like occasional snapshots of Rami Malek doing poses with like Rio and all this shit coming up on the screen. That kind of fastened the pace because they clearly wanted to get to, you know, short-haired Freddy with the moustache and the iconic shit, which I can understand because you've only got like, you know, 2 hours to say everything you want to say. But at the same time, a little bit more care could have been taken for me at the start of his career, because Queen went through a lot of shit, but it seems to be put through expositional dialogue. Like they go, oh, we got a tour of Japan, or we're just going to America. When if you look into it, a lot of these things, especially America, really didn't go that well for them. So, you know, looking back at that kind of thing, I'd love it if they did more. But as the movie progressed onwards, as they got older as a band, and, you know, that for me really worked. The better, the more it got on, the more there was a smile on my face, and I was watching this, and nostalgia just oozing out of every frame. That for me, it got better, but at the start you do have to sit there and kind of think, ugh. But with all that sort of skippy stuff at the start, the ending did have me smiling from ear to ear, just like, oh. It obviously ends with Live Aid, and they go through the whole thing, like shot by shot, 15-minute set that they did, and it's just all four of them were just absolutely perfect, and I was just in awe at the screen. The ending was just so good. Guys, of course, if you're a fan of Queen, you will love this movie. So with that being said, I am going to give Bohemian Rhapsody a 4 out of 5. So there you have it, guys. It was my take on Bohemian Rhapsody. Now if you have seen the movie, then please let me know in the comments down below. Of course I would love to know. And before you guys go, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Just tell all your friends, please. I really love it. And until next time, guys, this is your friendly neighbourhood ginger guy saying, "Ayo, ginger out."